Hello. Damn, I'm groggy. Yesterday I did some bug fixing to optimize the quotes fetching. So we upgraded to a new version. Today what we're going to start off with is XNDU. I want to go through this stack once more. And in fact, I want to do it in slow motion. The reason for that is it's never good to just go through the material just like that. Instead, it's good to review, even if it takes longer. That way, the lessons of the trading day will sink in. I definitely made mistakes with regards to position sizing, and I want to make sure that the lessons settle in. So with the benefit of hindsight, trading this will be much easier. The only thing that I've changed my mind is on SciTech. I was saying that this was a pretty dead stock, but it had these fade trades as it approached 80. Oh, actually, it transacted quite a bit here, it seems. Excuse me just for a moment. Oh, so over here it actually seemed like it could maybe cross. So it did test the 80 level quite heavily. I was going to say that my intention will be to actually add this to this kind of fade trade when the stock is dead to my playbook. Let's see exactly how it behaved here. Like there aren't actually that many resting orders here, even though it's an important level. It was basically reloading here. I could go short here. And if the bids ever cross 80, then we could flip positions to go long. So yeah, even though there weren't many resting orders here, the sellers were reloading. So this does qualify it as a whole pattern. And this whole stock is pretty much dead the entire time. There's not much trading activity. So based on that, you can infer that around these key levels, the probability of a fade is much higher than usual. What it did is went lower, and we could set a order to cover here. And it takes a while, but it gets hit in the end. And there's also another rally. Much later in the day. Oh wow, it's so damn late. Okay, let's go back a bit. So it can try to go over 80 again, where the sellers are. And it swept past through this level. But just a single sweep doesn't matter that much. What matters is whether the bids actually go above 80. Like, it can pierce 80 simply because a trader comes in and just sweeps the order book. But that doesn't mean the buyers can hold above that level. So okay, let's go short here. Maybe I could have even gone short, not here, but here, right at the 80. Yeah, that's much more efficient. And what we're watching is whether the buyers are in control around this 80 area or the sellers. Right now it's about even. Buyers are trying to push up, but as you can see, it's never the case that the bid step up above 80. And this is going to take a while, so let's speed it up. We're trying to go above 80. If the bid step above 80, then the buyers are in control, otherwise the sellers. So the sellers are going down. Take a look at it. As soon as the sellers stepped below 80, then it got snapped up. Maybe we could do like at 1x. I want to just see what happens when sellers step below. Yeah, you can see a little flicker here, and then yeah, take a look at that. There's a little flicker. Maybe we could even do it in slow motion. Let's try it. That means there's a hunt algorithm here. It's as soon as the seller steps below 80, then it gets bought up. Let's go back to 1x. It's a pretty slow trade. So the sellers are stepping down. And yeah, let me set the target at 78. So we'll see what happens. And it's really hard to feel scared in this trade because the market is so slow. Let's go 30x. We'll try to test 80 again, maybe. I don't know. And it's going down, down, down. Broke below 78. And yeah, so these are nice, simple trades. There's no reason why we shouldn't be doing them. And the fact that we are doing tape reading allows us to control our risk very exactly. I'll only be doing these trades when the market is very slow. When it's a momentum market, I think the probability of it breaking out is higher. So I'm not going to be doing those kind of pay trades in a stock like XNDU. So let's go through this. And this one I'm going to do in slow motion, just so we can see what's going on a bit better. So yesterday at the start of the session, I wasn't really sure what my plan was for the opening drive. Maybe the plan was to go long about 30.5. Let's see. Yeah, that's an important level. Maybe go short below 13. But yeah, okay, so let's see how that will turn out. Wow, it's actually very hard to read. It's let me increase the tick size to 2. I mean, with real money, there's no way I could ever react to something like this. And even I'm not actually sure whether it's the right thing to just go short below 13. Okay, let's try going short here. Oh, I didn't mean to go short 100 shares. This should be 1 share. Now we slow down a bit. Going at only 25% of speed and slow down this a little. We can go short one share. And the question is, how long do you want to exactly hold this for? Like, okay, we probably don't want to hold it below 12. We want to see it pierce that area. Just chew it right through. There's a big order here. This is a pretty crazy stock. It was so insanely volatile, and I was super focused on trying to figure out what the key levels were. And I'm starting to get a sense of how exactly I should be making big bets. I was corrected. I want to treat the hold patterns as A trades, and the real breakouts should in fact just be B trades. Also, the support and resistance plays like I just showed you in SciTech, there should be B trades. Oh wow, it actually didn't hit my limit. It went all the way to 10.5. Oh, quite a scary stock. Yeah, with the real money, I think I just skipped the first minute because there's no way I can catch this. I don't have the reflexes. Who knows, maybe at some point I'll get good enough. Also, I've been thinking how exactly I could make TapeSim more popular. Right now, nobody's watching this. I'm just talking into the ether. But what could be of interest to other people is if I so essentially just extracted the most interesting parts of these videos. I mean, not extract, but the specific setups that the traders could be taking. That could be of interest to many other people, and I could potentially turn those into TapeSim subscriptions. My goal is to get at least 10 subscribers. With 10 subscribers, I could make what? Let's see, five. Okay. Uh, well, let's say 5,000 euros per year. I'm not sure whether I myself need to pay taxes on top of what the customer is already paying, but yeah, let's say 5,000. And that could be enough to live in poverty and make survive on my own if anything happened to my parents. Okay, so it hit here. And because it's so slow, I'm actually confident that if it chews through this, I could probably just go short below here. So speed is definitely a virtue. Okay, with real money, I never do something like this. The reason is because with real money, I do have like a 200 millisecond lag between my order hitting the exchange and from my current location. So it's kind of not necessarily something I do. Is this going to get hit? I don't think it will. Let me just take a look at the one tick chart. Yeah, the simulator does realistic queue position simulation. So if there are other orders ahead of me, I won't get filled. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to do that. Let's put the order here. I mean, no, again, I messed up. Sorry, I keep messing up. Let's just see how it does. One thing that I suspected that I did wrong in my previous sessions is not really understanding how value areas develop good enough. I get a sense that given how focused I was on XNDU in yesterday's session, I was really missing out on uh, on how I was trading. So I guess do you want to bet all the way back to 13? Probably not. I mean, I never do this trade with real money. I'm just messing around right now. It's not really. This trade isn't really a part of my playbook. I kind of know with the future that it ends up going back to even. And this 12.5 ends up being a very important level. So we're probably going to be spending quite a bit on in slow motion just reviewing this stock. So it goes about 12.5. And what really surprised me is the stock ended up being very, very volatile. You'll see that's going to go up and down, up and down. And this volatile pattern ends up turning into an actual hold as time progresses. I think if I could just learn to wait for that to happen, I could become a profitable trader. I already have some notion of how how breakers should be traded, how holds should be traded. So those are B and A trades respectively. I know what I still don't understand is exactly how to find very good breakouts, but I guess it depends on volume. I just need to pay attention to volume a bit more to find the really good setups. When a lot of volume gets cleared at a level and then when it crosses, then that could be my hold. And in light of that, I'm going to show the what mistake I made when it crossed yeah, I think when it crossed 15.5. I thought it would be an A trade, but it was actually a B trade, and then I got blown the fuck out. When I bet 5 lots instead of one, it kind of it also caused me to tighten up my risk too much. So it broke out about 15.5. I thought, wow, this is it, and I had 5 lots. And then I realized that the tape isn't speeding up, and I got a bad feeling. And immediately after that, a huge sweep below 15.5, I think, or was it 15? Came and it stopped me out. Had I been holding only 1 lot, I would have held. The reason for that is because I know that a sweep is just when a large trader dumps at the market. It doesn't necessarily mean that the sellers have won. The sellers win when the buyers exhaust themselves, and then the sellers can slowly go over the key level. Or the sellers win when the buyers exhaust themselves, then a sweep happens, and the buyers don't step back in. That's when the sellers take control. It should be possible to see the exact moment. So right now it's kind of going in a really very volatile manner. Oh, also yeah, there's a huge order here. Admit I can't exactly been paying enough attention over here. Okay, so with bonds of 12 ones, we can try buying it again here, just in case it goes there. We clear the 0.3. Yeah, what I need to really be laser focused on is waiting for when the tape slows down. Right now, the tape, see, if we go 1x, the tape would be super fast, super fast. And that's really important is when the tape starts filling, and in a slow manner. Then I think that's how some of the opening drives that we've seen in the past ended up topping. So yeah, right now it's good, crossing 10.5. Buyers taking control. But I don't think that at this point, it's 12.5 isn't a significant enough level just yet. And yeah, this isn't really even a bit trade at this moment. If only we could have patience to just wait for those holds to develop and then trade those, then we could be easily profitable. I mean, it's super volatile. So the buyers take control about 2.5, then the sellers, then the buyers. It's kind of they cannot decide to keep switching. I mean, you cannot really get anything from this. The only thing you're getting from this is seeing where the level is developing exactly. So once we get maybe even more volume here, let's speed it up just a bit. Not half. I mean, it's you don't get the sense to go long. Take it. It's fine. How about we go short here? Yeah, I think 1.5 is comfortable. Even though I did some work on TapeSim yesterday, I can't really fix the issue of switching speeds. Sometimes when you change the menu item, it doesn't really take effect. I don't know why that's the case. I mean, the bars are in control, but it's the market is stretched right now. I think even with half speed, this is still pretty slow actually, which isn't that bad. I mean, yesterday this was insanely fast, but now for some reason it feels like I can follow this without any effort. So I think, yeah, my perception is expanding. I am getting better at reading the ladder. I was really laser focused yesterday. What do you think? Do we play this as as a support level or not? Yes, I'd say not just yet. But it's something to consider. It feels quite doable right now. Yeah, take a look at how the sellers and the buyers are struggling for control. Yeah, and then there's no need to get anxious when the market is moving this fast. Then that's not really a high probability trade, jumping into momentum like this. Instead, the high probability trades are when a key level is cleared on a significant volume. And I think that's a bit like an oxymoron because, no, not an oxymoron. An oxymoron is something like a stupid genius, but a key level, it's a key level, you know that it's a key level because of the volume. So it's kind of redundant to say that it needs to be cleared on high volume. Rather, I should be saying that you know that it's a good trade when a high volume level is cleared. Yeah, let's wait like that. High volume level. It's more descriptive than saying a key level. High volume level. And if it's very high volume level, then that's an A trade. So it's very simple to understand. Okay, so the buyers are running here. I don't think maybe you could try to go long here, play for a bounce, and also go short when the buyers step away. I'm actually going to try going short. I know that this is going to get broken, so I want to test this kind of trade. I mean, is this really 1.5? It feels like it's slower. I think this is an easy money trade because it's not just a large print. It's the buyers are staying there for some time. Okay. Let's go back to 1.5, maybe even 1/4. Yeah, the buyers were sitting there for a while and they're struggling here. So it's kind of a more pronounced signal than a single large print happening. So the resting orders got exhausted. Also, this was here for like a minute. Interesting. So did it get exhausted? Okay, let's think about this a bit. So they're constantly reloading, and it's not like they were reloading with something like a 100 share position. It was like a 10k position. Yeah, this is something that you notice when you do the replay that you cannot really that you didn't really notice the first time around. And that's why it's actually good to have some future knowledge because it allows you not to necessarily focus on what is going to happen, but what is happening on the tape right now. So yeah, the buyers got exhausted. We could try hitting in. And this is like a super good entry, if you could notice it in time. And I guess we'll set the target here. We'll see what happens. The stars are in control. I don't think it will go all the way back to 12. So maybe it will make sense to maybe scale out a bit here, but I only have one share. Never mind, it's not really the point to win on this particular trade. But we do want to win. Well, let's go one half speed. One quarter is just way too much. Way too slow, I mean. Um, yeah, the wires got cleared. What's my here? 1.2. Still, yeah, I'm still not exactly too sure how to handle large prints, how to interpret them. I have some theories on how to really follow the trend, to use them as a trend indicators, but they're not necessarily setups in of themselves. Maybe it won't hit 12.22. Mm, this was just amazing to watch yesterday. Yeah, so it's always difficult. Now the buyers are stepping in. They're going short here. Probably would have to take a significant loss. Yeah, I think need to think. You think really carefully about. Yeah, when you see this 5,000, you know that you're wrong and you need to exit. Yeah, now I should think real carefully whether to go back in. Like the sellers couldn't really push it below. We had a really good entry. Do I just want to get back in here? I'm not sure. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try setting it like this. A lot of volume is being done here. Even with only half speed, it's actually it does feel quite slow, doesn't it? It went extremely fast yesterday. But it got cleared. So the buyers stepping. The buyers are in fact stepping in. Yeah, my problem here is that I should have gone for very short profits. So this time around, let's put it like something like over here, 12.76, something like that. Let's see where it gets kicked. It got hit. But yeah, maybe going for small profits like this could give us really good consistency. Buyers are stepping in. And the bond as usual, we know that 13 is a pretty important level. If we start building significant volume and develops like into a whole pattern, then we can play that as a scalp. Yeah, take a look at how hollow all of this is. All this area is. That's kind of proof that there is a struggle going on. The buyers are trying to step in, to get taken out. I'm not really to go short here. Yeah, with these reviews, what we're doing is essentially building the playbook. We're trying to determine what the right and the wrong trades are. I think half speed is exactly the ideal speed for this. The bars are trying to keep it up. Yeah, the bars are trying to step it up. I think I'm maybe paying too much attention to the bid compared to the asks. The stars are stepping down slowly. Yeah, Yeah, we don't need to be afraid of these sweeps. We have to pay attention to how the order book is getting filled. Like, okay, take a look at this here. There's not much volume here. Like a single large order would all at once push the price to this point. It doesn't necessarily make sense to use price stops necessarily. There has to be some kind of notion of time and volume behind your entries and exits. Okay, so the cars are getting taken out. That went below the kill level, but that's on a sweep. I want to see maybe the seller stepping in here. Yeah, so whenever orders appear below, some point they get taken out, and the buyers are trying to step. Oh, okay, so now there is 1,000 here. Yeah, let's not be in a hurry. I want to see this get filled. I'm going to try to think of it like that. Yeah, there's a lot of struggle. It's not really a clean breakout just yet. In fact, below 12.15, it's the buyers which are reloading the fastest. But the sellers have gaps here. Yeah, you can see there's a big seller gets taken out right away. So that's telling me to not go short just yet. And you notice that today I'm trading completely differently. I guess there is some subconscious development going on. Also, the buyer's getting taken out. The question is whether the sellers can hold below 12.15. Yeah, this is something that I have observed with some when the opening drives failed in some of the past stocks. You can see the resting orders on the ask slowly getting bigger. Some more significant volume. Do it for short here. Let's do it for like 1 second. I'll start going short here. But the sellers are stepping down. In fact, the buyers seem to be dominant right now. Let's try flipping here. Yeah, this is pretty scary if you're short. Probably should have, instead of waiting, should have exited right away. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're just paper trading. Let's try going long here. Let's try keeping it here. I want to see whether it gets hit. Yeah, I guess you have to be fast for this. Yeah, when this happens, and then what? I guess we could try aiming for this. Notice how slow the tape is. I keep doubting whether maybe the price will get slammed back down, but that tends not to happen. So in the future, we have to react quickly. I mean, it was fine to try putting in a limit order here, then here, but after that, we have to just go and hit the ask instead of waiting. So, I- would doing something like this actually be a good idea? Would this trade be something sensible? Yeah, I'd probably want to exit here. At this point, I might as well start hitting the bid. If after a few seconds it's not triggering. No, I don't think this was that good of a trade. So now I see there's only a lot of volume being down here. When did this go to 14? Oh, so there's a big seller here. Okay, I see. So maybe I could. Yeah, so this is kind of like should probably cover this. Okay, let's cover it here, and I'll cover it more swiftly if it goes below 12.5. Like there's no need to be in a hurry. Maybe I could even tag going here. Okay, so if the sellers push below 10.5, then yeah, I need to hit the bid. Otherwise, I'm fine. And if the buyers step above 12.56, I should consider going back in. Because hit. So what's happening here is that this range is developing. So suppose I put an sell order here, buy order here. Let's see how. Actually, let's lower the tick size. Whoops. And then cancel all. And we go to let's try shorting here, buying here. We try applying the range like this, and it got hit. So let's try. Let's just keep doing this. We are market making. Constantly seen the pattern where the price goes above a key level, then the bid starts stepping up. I place an order, it doesn't get filled, then bid step up even more. I place an order, it doesn't get filled, and then the market just shoots off. So this is something that I definitely consciously need to work on. Okay, it got filled. Let's see whether the other side will get filled. There's a huge order here. I mean, it's probably not the entirety of the order. You have to see whether it's, as it gets consumed, whether it reloads. And god damn it, why is my order not filling? Like, it's all on Arca. If this was the real market, this would actually, in fact, get filled. It finally got filled. Let's place the orders again. This is an active area, so as it gets consumed, unless it's something like a sweep, but it's probably not going to be consumed in a sweep, but gradually, like we saw right here, I think. And then if it stops reloading, we need to hit it in. This is crazy. I should be routing to Arca at this point. I'm missing so much by not doing that. Oh wow, it's getting slowly stepping up. Let me just take a look at the L2. Also, it's on edgex. Ignorance. This is unfair. But whatever, this is just a trial run. Okay, so this is all starting to get attacked. And it's reloading. Yeah, it's reloading. And I think this is the exact moment. Let's try going short here. Once more. And, yeah, I think this is the exact moment it broke last time. Let's try going short for lots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is beautiful. The entire level got consumed. We have this big order here. I think the sellers are in control now. And this is like the best thing that could ever happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is wonderful. I'm becoming different ideas as I do this replay. I mean, I never really plan them ahead of time. I just sit here and try to be creative. Like I don't know exactly what my moves will be. I'm just trying to pay attention to what's going on the ladder. I'm not looking at the chart. If you're looking at the chart, then you're looking at the wrong thing. I'm looking at the ladder only. And yeah, yesterday I absolutely didn't notice how these levers are getting consumed. This is I think this was a absolutely great trade. Instead of waiting for the lever to get clear directly, we anticipate. Yeah, there's a large order, then it started reloading, and then it stopped reloading, and we hit into it. And that was very good. At 12.44, there was a large order for like a very, very brief moment, and it just got taken out right, just like that. And that's how we know the sellers are in control. The tape doesn't lie. We just need to know how to pay attention to it. And this also proves that it's not enough to just look at trades. We also do need to, in fact, look at the order book. Without the order book, I could never have made this trade. If looking at the chart, then you're completely screwed. I think the first step in becoming an actually good trader is to learn to recognize the setups. And without these reviews, that's not possible. Yeah, let's change it to 1x. So would hitting in here actually be a good idea? It's kind of reloading, and this stop reloading. Yeah, it's reloading here. Previously, I didn't really see these details. I wasn't paying attention enough. It's reloading here. And yesterday I made a huge error here. When I saw that this was getting consumed, I thought it would actually succeed in being consumed. And what happened instead is that, holy crap, the market just went to 13 on low volume, on basically nothing, despite the sellers being so in control here. It's insane. And this does look like it will get consumed, doesn't it? I thought, yeah, I thought that this had to be some kind of an accident. Like, why are the buyers being so aggressive? I mean, yeah, it doesn't mean much. Like, the market is kind of random. Anybody can just come in, place a huge order. They see this price is trading at 12, then just bam, they clear the order book. It doesn't necessarily mean that the buyers have taken control, but they are kind of stepping up here, which is kind of weird. This completely took me off guard because the signals were so strong that I couldn't really see the reversal until it's too late. And in fact, it went up like this, then it went down actually. Let's increase the tick size again, not the other side, the tick size. So right now, who is in control? I'm not even sure because you can see that the spread is very wide. I mean, the sellers could be expected to be in control given how the market is acting. And in fact, when it went up, let's reverse a bit. Like when it went all the way to here, well, so maybe it's justifiable to try shorting it. So the sellers tried to attack here again. So what if we tried actually doing some of those fade trades? Yeah, and I think at this point, I got the sense in the previous session that there's something was wrong. Like given how aggressive the sellers were, it's not really acting properly. Like, why are the buyers so aggressive all of a sudden? That like, couldn't they have just sat there at 12 and passively absorbed it? Why are they turning so aggressive at this very moment when they could have gotten in at a better price? They just won't let it get close to 12. Let's watch this carefully in slow motion. Yeah, at 1.2, the bars are reloading very quickly. Yeah, the sellers are in control, but the buyers are defending this very heavily, very heavily. Now they're actually getting pushed out of 12.2. Let's look at it a bit more carefully. Have the bids ever gone above 12.15? since the rally started. Yeah, the sellers cannot really go below here, below 10.8. They cannot sustain. Yeah, I completely missed the nuance of this last time. 10.1. So the buyers are, yeah, 10.1. The sellers are trying to push below 10.1. The buyers step in to defend. So I didn't really see this range at all last time. Kind of very focused on just, well, so the buyers are filling in here. Yeah, the sellers are pushing very vigorously below 10.15, and the buyers fight back below 12.1. They try to push in. This is what I have to do to become profitable. I need to create the correct narrative in my head of what is actually going on. You know what I see is happening? The range is starting to narrow in this area. It's the buyers and sellers. Yeah, when this rally started, it kind of I think it's kind of the sweep sprayed up here, and the sellers kind of started pushing here. But now the range is starting to narrow. Yeah, we can kind of see some hidden orders being filled here. So the sellers are really take a look. There's pretty much nothing in the order book here. The buyers are really being dominant in this area. I thought I saw a flicker on the order book around this level, and it got filled immediately. Okay, there's a flicker here, actually. Yeah, I really need to implement shift left arrow, so we can go back and forward in just a single second. Yeah, there's some flickering here, and it gets taken out right away. And I think, yeah, I see. I think take a look at this order. This one share. The thing is happening is that HFTs are probably testing whether the cells are there. I see. I thought these orders were meaningless, but they aren't necessarily. And wow, holy crap! Let's say I want to actually buy in here. Like they really want to hit the ask all the way here. It's crazy. Okay, we're going to be replying this rise definitely. This is a pattern to really remember. It kind of tighten up here, and then we have these huge tests. Okay, wow. If we are short, we definitely don't want to see this happening. Okay, let's say we actually go along here. Like, but I mean, I'm not sure whether I'd ever do this with real money. I'm just wondering whether this position will be threatened. I mean, buying into a 2% spread, that would be very hard. And wow, they're getting pushed all the way to 12.5. And I was sure that the sellers would start defending here. Like even if I had gone short, I mean, wow. I mean, what the fuck is happening? So there's this extremely large vacuum here. The sellers pretty much exhausted themselves completely, trying to push below 12. They get cleared. I mean, I can say easy here. They have to start defending here. That's what I assume. But wow, wow. Yeah, I mean, when this happened, I was completely taken off guard. I wasn't really, I lost even the ability to really follow what's going on exactly in the market. I don't think I knew when it hit 13 that I had to get out right away. This is extremely abnormal. And it ended up going way higher beyond that and halted. Yeah, once I see 13 being cleared, and I'm telling myself, oh, holy crap, there's no, there's no way this is normal. I'm not sure why this happened exactly. Xanadu 0504. Okay, let's try asking Opus about it. Xanadu 2026 0504. When was there? Okay. Okay, What was it? We didn't. The level was a graveyard, not a fortress. That's a really good way of putting it. So yeah, we're going to have to remember this pattern. Especially, we have to especially take note of how hollow the order book was on the way up once the seller exhausted themselves. So at this point, I don't know. Is even I covered at 13, but let's consider it from the long side. Do we want to go long at 13? There's so much panic buying. Do we want to buy into the panic buying? I mean, why not? This is so interesting, really. I mean, it's not a, maybe I thought this would be a lot more boring, but once I'm focusing, I'm kind of seeing things, seeing patterns. I mean, what's even my selling point here? This is maybe 12 and a half. I mean, maybe it's 14. Let's go for 14. Oh, okay, okay. So I didn't see this before. So auto buying here. Something's happening. So, okay, so I think the sellers are finally stepping up here. Oh wow, there's so much buying. It's insane. So you see a hold right here. Okay, so do we want to maybe buy here? Like, it would really take a lunatic to be active here. Wow, take a look at how fast this is changing. Like, it's getting consumed, but the others are stacking even faster than it's getting consumed. Okay, let's get it for like another. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I should have clicked here. Cancel. Then buy. And if it gets consumed and the sellers take control again, then we can exit. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, okay, so what's happening here that this is the hold. Okay, let's try getting out at 15. No, not at 15, but over here. And okay, so what we have to do now, okay, let's pause and we'll fast forward until we start seeing something happen again. So during the hold, it seems that you can actually put in orders. Wow. Wow, this is a really important level, 13.62. Everybody wants to exit here. Yeah, you don't want to be short into this. If you're trading charts, then you're going to be hit by this every single time. And wondering where you went wrong. And there should be an order here. It's not really showing up on the chart properly. So okay, let's pause here. Or when the trading resumes, it's going to be obvious on the chart. Okay, it started. So I don't think it's going to go quite to 15. I suppose 14 is fine. Okay, I mean, I'm doing this definitely with the benefit of hindsight. So let's try exiting here. Who knows what's going to happen? I shouldn't have moved the order. There's about 14. Okay, so what we have to do during this first minute is just let it let it calm down a bit. So we have to wait for a hole to develop, and then we'll take the position based on that. Okay, so there's something going on about 14. I want to see, yeah, okay, so the bars are struggling. The other book is getting swept. Well, yeah, today my ability to read these calls is definitely going up. You don't have to pay attention to the minor differences of how the order book is behaving. Like, it doesn't matter if it gets swept up or down, but it does matter how it's reloading. When you see a hesitation on one side, that means the trend is against them. So the bars got swept here, and what I'm wondering is whether they will reload or whether the sellers will start to step down. If they do, like this, then that's a signal to go short. Will the buyers step up? And the buyers did step up. I mean, this is very fast trading. And okay, so the buyers stepped up here. Can the buyers maybe hold about 14.1? Yeah. Yeah, this is a mistake I've been constantly making. I cannot try to key it to only a single level, but the buyers have their own level, which is below 14, and the sellers have a level which is above 14.01, which they will be more aggressive. There are constantly these sweeps. So the sellers are starting to take control. Let's see. No, not yet. Okay, so the buyers got swept. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard for me to find a good place to short. So okay, the buyers, the sellers are definitely taking control. If I may be shorted here right at the bid, yeah, okay. So this is the sellers in control. I just don't have a good entry here. That's the problem. Let me try going short here. Maybe there will be a sweep right here, but I doubt it. So okay, there's a huge level here. Okay, so it got cleared. So let's take a short position here. The buyers are trying to step up. Can they hold? No, yeah, maybe I went short way too fast here. It was kind of overstretched, not the moved against me. And the previous session, I ended up covering this. So yeah, even though the sellers got pushed back to like 14, the buyers get swept again, and I think this is it. I mean, if it got if the buyers pushed in above 14, then I definitely have to cover. They're trying to push back again. Okay, I don't remember that from last time because I wasn't exactly in the completely right state of mind. Okay, so maybe covering here wouldn't be bad. So this is reloading. Yeah, the bar is definitely stepping up about 10.6. So also in control here. As the buyers try to step in. Yeah, it's kind of scary. You never know how it's going to go. And we're actually playing this at half speed. So with full speed, it would be even scarier. The stars are reloading at 13.74. The buyers try to push in. Get swept. Where did 20k came here? Come here, I mean. Like it was 60 here, and then in a moment later it's 80. Yeah, so the cells are really strong. Now it's pretty much obvious the trend is down. Suppose I try going short here. Could I get an order? Yeah, yes, it's possible. And I think, yeah, the stop is about 13.8. Yeah, the bars trying to step in. They immediately get taken out. Kind of focusing on the bid right now. Stars get pushed back. Uh, The buyers are staging a comeback. Yeah, I need to exit this. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really thought about this too in depth. I kind of last time it went short, well, 30.6, then got stopped out. The buyers stepped in, and then I just know that later it kind of went below 13.6. So about 14, that's an important level. Okay, so here they got cleared. So the buyers are stepping in. Yeah, to defend this. The buyers keep stepping up. It got swept. Let's watch it again. It got cleared. So do you want to go short on this sweep or wait in just a moment? Oh, down. I mean, I guess just for a moment, and yeah, the sellers to control, and now I can try maybe going short here. Yeah, so what really comes to me is that just how difficult this trade was. So it went, so it got swept through, and that was really, yeah. We compare it to like 5 seconds ago. There was massive volume got swept through here, and this was a very spirited defense. It's not a, yeah, it's not like a regular sweep. Like when you, for example, if there was a regular sweep and just a little bit got unstacked, that would be one thing. But over here, the sonic pressure is very strong. So yeah, I suppose we can try going short here. Let's see whether that works. And it did. We can even go short here, maybe. Yeah, that also worked. I think I should probably hold off on those pilot trades. So we got really good entries here. Yeah, if I'll create a new rule. If the sweeper really clears up a massive amount of volume, then yeah, we should be going in the direction of the sweep. Like the sellers were taking control, but it wasn't really slow consumption. It was a very fast consumption. When you see a huge amount of volume being traded at a certain level, then that's something that needs to be studied. Okay, so where should the targets be? Maybe probably here, maybe. I mean, yeah, I cannot get the. Let's do it here. We have the order books, we might as well use it. Focus. Who's in control? I'm the sellers in control. Can we just start relaxing? Stop paying attention. That's how we get killed in the market. The buyers are starting to become active here. 13.4, 3. Okay, let's assume that's the value area. Can the sellers push below it? The sellers are starting to take control. Yeah, take a look at how we see the order flicker here, then gets taken out. Now it's not getting taken out again. I guess this small orders is the market's way of actually testing the other side. Yeah, you constantly see when a huge amount gets cleared. I guess the HFTs are set small orders into the order book to really get a sense of what the demand is there. Yeah, I thought it was kind of just noise, but it's not noise. It's actually pretty meaningful. So it looks like the sellers are winning. Yeah, so this small hold is developing here. Yeah, I said that this small hold is developing here. So as soon as you notice that, you have to ask yourself whether you actually want to exit into that hold. Okay, so let's exit into the hold. So if the sellers can really take control, so yeah, we have this range. We can actually try scalping it. And do you want to maybe route to Arca or Edge? Let's try writing to Arca. Put an order here. Put an order here. Okay. Let's try exiting here. Let's try exiting here. Is that the most? I mean, right now it's outside the range. Will it fall back inside? That's the only question. Well, let's try buying here. Like, if the sellers return, then we can kind of change. But the buyers are starting to take control. Maybe not. So let's try scalping this range again. Let's put it here. So the sellers are coming in, and they moved. And it seems that yes, they can. Then the buyers push them out. Wait, what the fuck did I do? Hey, we put the arrow here just before a huge sweep. Need to get out right away. Okay, so the sellers are starting to push in. Let's try scalping this range again. Now it's outside the range. I'm kind of getting trapped up here. Okay, so the buyers are definitely taking control. Uh, yeah, okay, so that was a mistake. I shouldn't have traded it here. Instead, let's just wait for it to develop into something. Maybe it will go below 13. I mean, we know it won't. It won't, with the benefit of hindsight. The buyers are trying to constantly push below here. They get pushed back. Okay, they're really coming in here. Yeah, the key is, I think the sellers are the ones who are trying to take hold of the momentum. That's something that we've seen. The sellers push down, the buyers defend, and the buyers defend successfully usually. Okay, so let's try buying here. I want to see how this will unfold. Oh wow, it actually broke below. Let's try doing a repeat of that. Yeah, as soon as I put in the order, a huge amount gets swept. I have to exit. Oh wow. Yeah, this isn't bad. I I mean, I know where the market is going. I'm just trying to figure out how to optimize my entries and exits. Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like the market is going to go a lot lower, doesn't it? Let's try exiting here. Need to exit it. So the market is really fighting. Wait, what the hell? I forgot to remove this order. Interesting. So it got pushed up quite a bit. And wow, is it another one of those super rallies? Like, it's just going to get pushed out. Yeah, I think we've seen this kind of pattern or the sellers keep pushing it down, the buyers absorb, then there's this huge rally. Thought maybe I could play it as individual holds, but that's not it. I think I misread the context completely. Like I even forget the reason why I covered here. Hesitation is defeat. Oh, I cannot believe I couldn't even buy there. Let's try repeating that, and I'll try buying in on Nasdaq. It doesn't seem like anything is happening on Arca. This is amazing. I mean, this is exactly the same pattern that we saw here, and yesterday I didn't really even notice it. Yeah, this bit here that I did here, this one is definitely overtrading. I would have lost so much money in commissions had I been doing that. Really, I thought that maybe it would collapse from here, but that's not the case. Yeah, maybe yeah, I was looking at it incorrectly. Like, yeah, let's consider the overall context. Then there were huge buyers and just absorbing the selling, then boom, spike. And this is how they behaved after the market resumed trading. They let the sellers set the pace, and then they sprang to the trap. Since actually going down. Oh yeah. This was like the first spray. In this session, I did end up holding through this. So yeah, it won't necessarily go bam right away. Then now I'm the one who's underwater. Yeah. Okay. So it's already not really acting like it's going to really continue spiking. I'd be better off had I just shorted into it. Maybe just get out at even. Like it's already slowing down, so we can kind of rule out this kind of pattern. Okay, I must pay attention to what's going on. It's kind of you forget about all this. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to trade this because it didn't really give us much time after it got swept through to really do anything. Well, let me pause here. I'm going to go have breakfast, and we'll continue that after the break. See you in a few hours. Bye bye. Let's. Sorry, I had to bring my mic closer. Let's resume. What I want to do is rewind a little to the start of this candle, and I want to try it again. I made a serious mistake over here in trying to play this as a range. If you look here, this only became a small range after like it has been consolidating for like a minute. You can see how small the candles are. Over here, on the other hand, I pretty much did it before anything really. Okay, so this candle is quite small, so maybe I could be excused for thinking this should be a range. At any rate, I want to try playing this breakdown below 13.6 again. Let's try it out. I need some time to cool down. I've just been doing exercises. Okay, so I have a position. Let me increase the tick size. Yeah, I need to close the position. Okay, so that's closed. So we know that this is a very important level. 14 should also be an important level. In fact, yeah, there's been a huge midpoint trade here. There it opened. So let's see how it acts. Well, let's focus. Can the bits hold above 14? We shouldn't go long right away. Instead, we have to wait for it to start to build. Oh yeah, it's definitely trying to go low. 14. The question is, can we even actually short here? I had, while I was doing my exercises, I had an idea how we could have entered better on the 13.6 breakout. I realized something that as it was selling off, there was a lot of pressure on the bid, but it wasn't breaking. And it didn't even occur to me to try selling there into the bid itself. Instead, I just had to wait until it broke. But previously, we did trades where we saw a held bid, and there was a large order there, and it was reloading. And then after it stopped reloading, we shorted into it, and it cracked. Over here, the reason why it didn't even occur to me to do that is because there was a hidden order. There was like a large hidden order. So I simply couldn't even see when it stopped reloading. But we should have shorted anyway. And the reason for that is because literally 100,000 shares were traded at that level. So the selling pressure was just extremely strong. So I made a mistake not assuming that it will break. That's what I want to say. Okay, so this broke. So Okay, let's make this our study target. Let's do 1/4. What if we try shorting here? What if we want to short here? The buyers are trying to push up, they cannot. And the sellers are pushing it down. The buyers are trying to push it up. It's kind of hollow. Sorry about that. Right now, just going back for 5 seconds is a lot. Might push down. The buyers put back. Maybe if it pushes down again, that would be good to short into. Are the buyers trying to push back? Yeah. I'm sorry. I'll pause. They are trying to push. So far, we haven't actually seen the ask ever go below 14. And now this is the first time. So I kind of wonder, let's say, would this be a good time to short? I need to win back. Oh, the buyers are starting to push back again. Oh, this is a significant sweep. Go down. It's... Yeah, it was very swift. Oh, this was hard to deal with. Start again. Yeah, so this was in fact a signal, but look at how wide the spread is. Like here we have this 5, then it's sold off more. Yeah, the emotions are running very high here, so it's... So do you want to... Okay, we failed to short at 14, unfortunately. It was just too swift. Let me think about this for a bit more. Okay, so yeah, here we have the buyers trying to step up. But during this time, even though the ask didn't really go below 14, the buyers were starting to get hollowed out. So the sellers are a bit dominant here, don't you think? But they aren't really... Let's say I should here. Yeah, all this needs to be studied carefully and in great nuance. I shouldn't ever assume that any of this is random. The market is telling a story, even though it's kind of chaotic. Like the bits were getting thinner and thinner, and the asks were getting stronger and stronger. Even to they were kind of getting taken out, but they were inching ever lower. Like okay, here the bids are kind of moving up, and they get taken out. And at this point, who knows? Maybe you could even be long here. Let's see, about 14. I think that everything is fine. And then, but we went short here. Yeah, you get killed. Yeah, when you're long, it's kind of yeah, it would be a significant loss. But let's try going long here. Yeah, I don't think this is. Yeah, should we consider this as being good? I don't think really so. And like, if I watch this, you can see how the order book is for the buyers. I mean, but, when it's kind of going up and down very quickly like this, it's kind of it really is hard to know who will win in the end. So yeah, now it started pushing up. Maybe we could think about buying here again. It's just simply very difficult. It's not really. It's very volatile around this area. I mean, this is a hold. It's just a very difficult one. Okay, let's go along here, and once it gets taken out, we use it. I think the ideal thing to do would be to maybe see if it can kind of come down and consolidate, and then into a tight range, and then wait for a release. But this, I don't know. If I was a much better trader, I don't know what I would have done. It's very hollow. But here, yeah. Then now I'm pressured to actually cover. Yeah, and now I'm taking the risk that it might spike to the upside. I'm essentially trusting myself in the middle of a huge fight. Okay, let's go with that. Like, okay, I mean, we just think about things out loud and experimenting. So now the zeros are definitely control. Will they take out this? That's the main thing we're wondering now. This is like a very major level. They're taking it out. Can we maybe short here? Yeah, we shorted here. The buyers are starting to step up. They get swept down. Sellers are retreating. Big order here. Let's speed it up a bit. The marks are getting pushed down. So what if we short it here? It will get filled immediately. And what will happen? Well, the buyers would try to fight back immediately. Yeah, so the question is, can the buyers get above 162? I mean, 1362. And wow, okay, this is scary. They, they have significant size too. And I actually want to cover here. Whoops, I actually increased my position. So the wires are moving up. I mean, it's kind of easy to see, but I didn't want to short into this here because the bars are constantly stepping up with big size. Yeah, I think this would be the time to go short. One, two. Let's make it two. Yeah, this is in fact the ideal time to short. I like to develop a style where I'm not placing very distant stops. Instead, I like it if I could just get out if the trade moves against me even a small amount. So what about the target? Let's put it here. Okay, so let's speed it up. Yeah, right now it feels quite fast, doesn't it? Need to focus. Yeah, so this is what made me think that this is a range. I mean, it is like a range. It has been here in it for a while, but it got violated pretty quickly, unfortunately. Okay, let me cover here. Bars do look stronger in the order book, I think. So we got taken out. So I think maybe just the very first takeout shouldn't really be the size C. We went short here. The bars are looking pretty hardcore here. Yeah, you want to make a simple trade and then you get cleaned out completely. It's very difficult. Like the bars did seem like they were getting pushed back, and then they climbed above at 1324. To make matters completely worse, the spreads widened drastically. So is this in fact a long, or would I on average get chopped up trying to train a setup like this? Yeah, it's a pretty cursed setup. I think yeah, this was essentially a B trade. No, it wasn't even a B trade. It was a C trade. I mean, okay, so there was a hold, but yeah, the price action was so hard to interpret. I mean, I don't like these trades that we are making here. I do like going long here maybe, or here. I mean, could we maybe treat it as a short scalp on average? Like go long here, go short here. So this is running into the previous resistance. Like when we tried the shorting if we try doing this, if we try shorting into resistance here, we get destroyed. But I don't think there's that candles like this happen very often, especially after a pullback like this. So what if we went short here? And yeah, it kind of went up. So the question is whether it can really hold above 1360. I mean, of course, if it went to like 14, whatever, I have to cover. But I mean, it's not that easy for that to happen all the time. So whatever, let's start going here. In fact, no, here. I think this was just a covering rally. I think when I went short here, probably other people did, and then they were surprised when the market turned. Do I want to try to wait for it to hit 13.32, or do I just want to exit at 13.4? Where is it really stepping up? We're out. So it's kind of developing hold here. So 1350 gets slapped back. The sellers are trying to push below 13.4. Do we go short here maybe? Obviously not. If we want to short here, we got to exit here probably. Okay, let's try it as an exercise. I mean, we know it's going to go up to 14. I'm just curious if we can kind of go short here and then cleanly cover our losses if it goes up to 13.4. Then it's going down. So over here, I kind of am tempted to just slam the task. I think I mean, at this point, this isn't even a hold, so what the hell am I doing? Yeah, I think I need some kind of a rule, like, okay, great, if I could have gone short here, then that would have been fantastic, but that I didn't kind of ruin the whole thing. Not here. And if I do that, I'm just turning my account. So what exactly am I even doing here? Like, is my target here maybe? I mean, is this even a C trade? Let's just see if it works here. Like, it puts in a consolidation, breaks below it, breaks above it. And when it breaks like about here, those tend to be pretty good trades. Instead, I'm kind of trying to figure out the immediate breakout, getting chopped up. Like it's constantly pulling that trick on me. Right. I mean, if it suppose it suppose I didn't exit and it kind of went down, I would be kind of kicking myself for not holding. Like it definitely looks like a failed rally, doesn't it? Like it went down here, rallies here, boom, it's going to go down. Looks like that. That's what the market is saying. It's going up. You kind of get the sense since it's kind of since the buyers are taking control, maybe you could go short here again. This is an important area. The sellers are here. The buyers are just the sellers are here. So I think this is a good entry. And the buyers are stepping up. So you can get pretty tired discounting like this. So the sellers are defending this. Yeah, come to think of it, I was kind of out of it when I was doing this in the previous session, so I didn't really see what exactly the volume was here or how it behaved. But right now it's kind of really holding. Okay, suppose I went long here. I think I just went in at the very last moment, and it swept up. So maybe being mindful of these 1 cent differences and going with the flow is a good idea. So what exactly is my target here? Yeah, about 14. That seems decent. So the buyers are definitely taking control. So the sellers are taking a stand here. There's a hidden order here. Now take a look at this. Let me just cover here and then try to go long again. I mean, we know that it's going to go to 14, 14 and a half. We know that. We don't know if we could rewind the world, whether that would be the path it would take uh, again. So sellers are trying to fight back. Suppose the went long here, it will get hit. Will it go below this? Will it ever go below this? I mean, if this gets swept away, we can just cover, I think. We know the target is going to get hit. The bars are stepping up. They're stepping up. Okay, so there's a hidden order here. They just went above it. So do we want to drive it? Or do we want to what exactly do we want to do? It went above 14 easily. What would be the right thing to do here? Not with what would be the right thing to do here without the benefit of hindsight? Like it didn't really go up on huge volume. Maybe taking off a lot here, a lot higher. I mean, okay, so this should be an important variable. Okay, let's suppose I went long here. So it's kind of it's kind of a chasing. Try to take it off here. So There's a huge order here. So the buyers are on their hand. They're saying that they want to buy a lot. Okay, what if we went along here? With intention maybe selling here. If this gets swept, then we just exit. I don't really care. Maybe we could even, since we have this huge order here, we could maybe go for few tick scalps. Like we have the order here. We could try selling here. Yeah, like these guys are doing. They're buying here, selling here. Scalping. They're using this huge order as a cushion. Maybe this can get swept away. Okay, so let's exit. If it gets swept away, suppose we went short here. The buyer stepped here. Maybe we could cover here. That's a big. If they step up to 14.26, recover. Maybe even go long. What is happening? Yeah, it's really not the best thing in the world to try to trade out like this. The reason being is you won't be able to trade like this with real money because of the latency. Here the orders are instantaneous, but if I had to pay a 200 millisecond latency to get them executed, I can't really just go short, go long in situations like this. So who knows? Maybe that will. What's this? Okay, so this is a midpoint trade, and for once I'm not really sure whether it was on the bid or on the ask. I think it was on the ask. Or rather, no. It was on the bid because it got swept down. So, okay, maybe the notion is that the line of least resistance is down. But buyers are not giving up. Yeah, and honestly, with a sweep like this, I'm actually tempted to maybe go short. I think just, yeah, with your money, I'm going to have to maybe systematize that and a little instead. So I'm not just going long short everywhere. It would just be churning my account. Instead, I could find some better setups. Like this thing here is a real battleground. It's not at all straightforward. It's hard to read. As you can see, they're constantly fighting back and forth. I mean, I kind of badmouth the Cytec stock because it was so slow, and but even though it was slow, when it kind of hit resistance, when it hit resistance, it was very easy to read. But this thing here, so it got swept, and now I'm tempted to go short. But if I do that, I know it will go back to the range with the benefit of hindsight. Yeah, the buyers are not giving up at all. Suppose I went along here. Yeah, almost immediately it's getting swept. And that should have exited my position. It's only an accident that it didn't. If that exited, I had to enter here again. So yeah, the buyers are kind of slowly stepping up above this level. This big point trade was. Great. Now I have huge losses again. Mm. I mean, maybe I'm doing this all wrong. Maybe I should be going long here, trying to go short here. Mm, I mean, that's not really how SMB teaches to trade. At least that's they didn't teach that. They didn't teach it like that 15 years ago. My personal opinion is that this should be avoided. Okay, so never mind. The shorts are dominant here, so we might as well try going short here. The buyers are really daring the sellers to. To actually exit here. This is extremely bad trading ending. Even though this is kind of like a whole pattern, it's unstable. They're constantly the price is constantly breaking the ranges, getting back in. They're right now kind of on the wrong side. Should I be, yeah, going short exactly here, maybe? Yeah, I actually handled this correctly in my first session because I know this was confusing and I wanted to wait for a very clear signal that the range was broken instead of just going back and forth. I mean, this is ridiculous. I could have taken so many of these trades, gone long and short the range here. Yeah, and when I went long, I think I went long like 5 watts here into it cleanly broke away, and then it's not feeling. Let's try this again. Let's try to get in here, maybe. Maybe. Mm, which menu am I routing to? This is crazy. Like, generally the plan is to kind of go short below, go long above a key level, but yeah, it was simply is this strategy was simply inapplicable. I would have gotten chopped up so many times trying to do that here. What actually works for this stock is buying into these spikes. Like when the order book really starts to thin out. What position did I have going into this? Yeah, I was short. Did I actually go long once it crossed? Really? Because it swept. Yeah, when it sweeps like this, it's very hard to chase it. You know that there's very little danger. It might come back into the range because it's done that like what more than 5 times already. It is above all the important levels, so maybe we should be long. It's stepping up. The previous high was 14.3. If I went long here, it get lucky. I don't know how to think about this as a strategy. I think we need to find some better setup. Going long at 14.6. I don't know what to think about it. It's really far from the ideal. Yeah, if only it could have gone long, like here, 14.27. It really had a deep pullback. We put right here. Oops. Sorry, I kind of wasn't really paying enough attention. Yeah, there's a large trade here. So this is the important area. There's this sudden sweep. We suppose I add it here, then it would, then I could try this area again, trading around the core position. Yeah, I don't need to consider just adding when it slips from the value area instead of constantly I need to go one more shot. Mm. We're just stepping up. Do you want to add here maybe? I mean, it's so fast. We already should have had a position. I mean, it's slowly filling up. Well, yeah, and in fact, adding about 12.6 would have been the right choice. And it would have gotten filled. What happened last time is that I did wait for a break of 15 and it made me super bullish. Like, I thought this was going to go to the moon. Then I bought in at 15.01. It was 5 lots. Then there was a huge sweep down and I vomited its position. When it went up about 15, I got back in, but that wasn't really, but only with a single lot. Something going on. It bounced off the 15. It wasn't just this 20k. I think it was much more. It was constantly reloading. Because I went in here. Oops. Oh, God. Okay. This would have left me puking my position. I mean, I just went try to go for a scalp now. Everything is so much lower. In fact, it's so much lower that I'm actually tempted to maybe even add more here. And if it goes below 14.6, then yeah, okay, we're getting out of the whole position. Yeah, I mean, what the hell was I thinking? We can very well see how volatile this is. It went from 15 to 14.6. So when it broke out, I was like super bullish. But the stock didn't change its character. It's constantly fighting the traders who are trading it. It's like extremely combative. So when a huge sweep down came, that shouldn't have been a surprise. You can almost imagine that it will go down here. Yeah, I should definitely not trade more than 1 or 2 lots on setups like these. Otherwise, I'll completely lose my objectivity. I mean, it's very easy to get chopped up here, then kind of lose spirit, then get caught on the wrong side. So, not to in. Yeah, the more it's pulled back, the less you want to buy it. Like, I think buying here would be less EV than the last time this happened. It kind of gets constantly gets slapped, then goes up. Because I start thinking not just what we'll do if this breaks, but maybe at what point we ourselves would even try to push into the bid to get into the ass to get it to break. Like, okay, if we see like maybe 100K, it's kind of pushing up, pushing up. It's reloading. Yeah, so okay, this is a bit easier to read because this level is so solid. It's not like back here when the level would get breached and it would get slapped down. It got broken through. When this happens, do you want to get in right away? I mean, that's a question. Do you want to do that? One lot here, one lot here. I usually try to get in with everything right away. Maybe it wouldn't be bad to maybe spread some around. Yeah, how this stock acts. Okay, maybe this would be good if I was a large trader, not a small one, like I'm currently. So it's not necessarily that this trade is better EV. The best trades can go up right away. Yeah, last time this made me super bullish. So I saw such an obvious pattern, and then it broke. And then I went full long. And wow, when I saw this initially, I thought, wow, the tape is speeding up. You can see the bars are stepping in. It's amazing. That yeah, when I put in pilots, that this is definitely that was definitely the correct thing to do. Then what happened? They thought it would be impossible for it to go below 15. Holy shit! Like when this happens, you have to be prepared that you're going to take a significant loss. So somebody big clear the whole book, swept it. In fact, the correct thing to do here would have been to buy more. But I think we already have one position, one lot, and that's enough. It seems unlikely that it would turn profitable. And yeah, that was just a single large sweep. Like if the seller was really in a hurry and pushed it below 14.6, I guess we'd have to just get out. Yeah. Let's think about this a little bit. Like okay, so it got plowed 14.8. Okay, maybe not getting out right away, but yeah, it didn't. Let's exit here. Let's try exiting here in the middle. Yeah, buyers are trying to retake control. But yeah, the sellers. Yeah, it wasn't just a single sweep. If it was, then it would have been simple. Back to 15. So let's try exiting it again. Uh, Instead of just a 15-cent loss, now we have another 8-cent loss. Maybe for this stack, maybe just getting in when the spreads really widen like this in the direction of the trade. When the market makers get scared. Did I remove the order? And what I did in the previous session was my intention was to wait until this all gets cleared. And wow, it did get cleared. Really? So it went all the way up to 16. I guess I did hit 15.98, but not 15.99. Wow. And below 15.5. This stock is such a nightmare to trade. Yeah, at this point you start to get tired of constantly going how long ago. It's very hard to understand. In the chart, though, a simple system that just drags along the two bar lows would have worked very well. Well, my broker would have absolutely loved me for this. So much in commissions. So the buyers are trying to push through this area, 8.7. Okay, so let's cover here. Does it ever cross 18.7? Just going. I mean, when it starts going in a certain direction, just so damn fast. It's hard to really get a handle on anything. Apologize. I had to leave for lunch. Let's resume. So this particular stack, I mean, we're basically done. I'm just going to maybe backtrack just a tiny bit to study this part. So yeah, I had the order here. Yeah, it's very easy to miss that a large level developed here. And this stack is very difficult to trade. It punishes very hard when you are on the wrong side of the market. It just runs away from you. I'm really happy with how I handled these parts, but wow. You know, maybe in the future, if there is a huge sell-off, maybe I'll just avoid those opportunities. It's so hard to get crushed. This stock is hard to read, without a doubt. It's very easy to miss this big level. Oh, did I actually miss it this time? Oh crap. Oh, I actually did miss it this time around. Yeah, I thought when I went to lunch that it just developed this and then bounced. I thought it would have gone down then up to it. That's how it's stuck in my memory, but now I see reacted right away. What exactly was happening here? It's all out very hard. Oh yeah, so this is when it fell. I thought that it made a big level and then fell, but no. Instead it fell, it made a rally, then it tried to go up. This needs to be noted. So there's a big hidden order here. So yeah, and I was looking whether this could go above 15.7. I wonder whether it could touch. Yeah, this stock punishes super hard. Like wow, it will just make a big. It will make something like this, but it will go down very fast without any warning. Oh, wow. Okay, could I maybe just go along here? Because this is crazy. Maybe or something like this. Something like, a reversion trade. Yeah, and certainly that did happen. Like, yeah, it went down so fast. I mean, that you might think it might go down to 14.5, but it was running into the previous resistance. So I doubted that it would just go straight down. If I went if I went short here, what exactly will happen? I mean, this stock is so furious, and I'm actually like, instead of even going long on these breaks, maybe for this stock it would be better till you have a huge this huge empty move and then try going in the opposite direction. Yeah, and okay, at this point, yeah, you don't want to go short, you don't want to go long. It's kind of consolidating, so it's not like this is a mean reversion trade anymore. Like when I tried going long here, instead, I guess you could wait for a hold or even go um, take off for the day. But the volume is still quite high, so you might want to just continue trading. The thing is, if you look at the clock on the bottom right corner, it is 6.35 for me. So I actually want to stop here for the day. I've been reviewing this stock for a lot of time. It's definitely going to stick in my mind. So I'm not sure what exactly is the main lesson here. Like, do we really want to trade like this? Probably not. With real money, this is maybe the type of stock to actually avoid. It's kind of teaching me, yeah, definitely, when the trade moves against me, how to handle the situation. Like, or here around 14, I mean, or here around, okay, what exactly do I mean? Like, at 15, this big sell off. Um, okay, the sell was so big that while it invalidated the breakout trade, it ended up being actually a good mean reversion trade. And then once it fulfilled that, it became a breakout trade again on a re-entry. I took the loss here, but maybe I shouldn't have. Uh, this thing here, I mean, when it dipped below 15.5, yeah, you have to hit out. Had I not hit out, yeah, that would have raised quite a bit of profit. I mean, maybe I could have gone out here instead of buying at 15. But yeah, um, Mm. Yeah, what a difficult stock to trade. I mean, it's amazing. Like, yeah, it actually went nearly up to 16. I see it now, but it never tested it. It definitely happens. And it's not really much you can do about it. This is a pretty cursed stack. But on the 2 minute chart, it made a new high low here, high low here, high low here. It didn't go below the low of 2 minutes ago. Then it went up, 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 up. It didn't go below the low of 2 minutes ago. Up, 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 up. And then it dumped. This dumped card. Definitely, with real money, this can go on way, way worse because of the 200 millisecond delay and the brokerage commissions. I would have been, I would have gotten killed on this. I'm not actually sure whether I can even scalp properly in this style on a real stock. We're going to have to find some setups which are much easier than this. That's for sure. We need to find stocks which are easier to read. This is simply hard. Maybe if I was in New York, next to the exchanges, and had really low commissions, I would then trading like this would be viable. But all the way from Croatia, maybe. Yeah, let's end it here. We'll end this review here. Tomorrow is the SpaceX IPO. We won't be covering that stock tomorrow because it will take at least a day until Data Bento collects the data, and we'll be testing it out on Saturday. I mean, we'll be going through it on Saturday. Tomorrow we'll cover Akan. I haven't looked at that stock yet. We'll see what happens. There aren't actually that many stocks with 50% pre-market volume. Yeah, there are large gaps between the dates, and also these aren't necessarily the best opportunities, but they're definitely stocks in play. I think, yeah, the best opportunity was definitely Qubit. It was very liquid. It had a lot of orders on the order book. It didn't punish being on the wrong side like crazy, like XNDU did. Wow, if you're on the wrong side in this stock, you'd get your face ripped off. In fact, Cytec was actually a better stock in the end. I mean, I complained that it was very slow, but that is an advantage in itself if you're just maybe trying those fade trades around around round numbers. Like, it's impossible to really. It would have been impossible to lose money on Cytec when it tested 80. You just go short and go long if it went above that level, and it never did. But with XNDU, the key levels are constantly breached. I mean, literally constantly. It's very difficult. And in fact, what was EOC like here? I don't really EOC Mendy. Okay, the Mendy was kind of volatile in the morning, and then it kind of developed. Then it calmed down and had a very nice, smooth trend. It also had a very smooth hold, like a perfect one, with just a single level that was never breached. EOC, I have fond memories of this stock. I think this was also easy to read. It was liquid. So it wasn't necessarily um, it won't necessarily have punished you to that if you messed it up. The dog. What was it like? Fuck it, I forgot. Let's move on to the next stack. I guess at the very end we might go. When I get enough experience, like let's say 3 months of reading the price ladder, I might start doing a separate mini series where I just extract the main patterns from these stocks in play and document the best plays. For now, we might as well just game these casually, trade them casually in the replay simulator. Try to do the best as we can. Try to notice all the key levels, and that will be it. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.